back to Simrite Fashion Academy YouTube channel for another interesting tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to sew this beautiful palazzo trouser. It has no zipper, it has no elastic. It has two ropes to hold it on the waist, as you can see. This palazzo trouser is really very easy to wear and easy to sew as well. This is what I got right here. This trouser can be worn by any size. Any size can wear this trouser comfortably, and it looks so beautiful and nice, as you can see. So I'm just trying to tie in the rope. As you can see, you can make the rope shorter or longer as it is. And this trouser also has two size pockets. You can see my pocket right here. So I'll be teaching you the tips and tricks to sewing the side pockets to this beautiful oversized trouser. So stay tuned to the end of this tutorial. Thank you. My fabric is cotton, and I'm using 2.5 yards of light cotton fabric. You can use crepe, duchess, chiffon. This is 2.5 yards, and this is 60 inches length of my fabric. I'm going to place the 2.5 yards into two this way. Place your 2.5 yards on fold like this. Then you are going to pick up the folded edge and place it on the other length this way. So the length is 60 inches. So by the time you place it on fold, you'll be having 30 inches on that corner. Next, I'm going to mark 2 inches for my elastic casing. So right on top of the folded edge, I'm going to highlight my 2 inches. So this 2 inches is my elastic casing line, and it will also serve as the starting line. At the end of that fabric, the open end, mark for 4 inches. So this 4 inches is going to serve as our crotch extension. I'm going to mark this line all the way from the top to the bottom. Next, we are going to mark our crotch length. So from that starting line, place your tape and mark your hip divide by 4. Mine is 12 inches, my hip divide by 4. Then I'm going to add 2.5 inches to it. That will be the position of my crotch length. Altogether, I have 14.5. I have 14.5. So I will come up by 4 inches, then come out diagonally by 1 inch, so as to connect my crotch curve this way. Next, I'm going to place a straight ruler from that point to the hem of this trouser. After marking that line, then we are going to create the pocket spacing. At the folded edge of this trouser, of the fabric, we are going to measure from the folded edge, measure 7 inches. I'm going to mark the 7 inches from the top to the bottom. Next, I'm going to measure 3 inches from my starting line. That will be the position of my pocket. Then my pocket spacing is 7 inches. I'll go ahead and place my hands in a slanted way this way. This is just to create the shape of the pocket. So here is my pocket, as you can see. After creating that pocket, we are done with the trouser. Next, we will add 1 inch, 1 inch for the seaming allowance on the side. You are going to mark the 1 inch the way you see me mark it right here, all the way till you get to the end of the trouser length. Okay, so this is it. So the trouser can be shorter in length, it can be longer in length. So whatever length you want, just go ahead and measure it. And this is where we are going to have the rope casing. Okay, so we are going to cut out right now. This is me cutting out the trouser piece right now. So make sure you add half an inch on the crouch line as you see me do right here. That will be for seaming the crouch part. Next, you are going to cut through that line. The way you marked it, that is how we are going to cut it all the way to the hem as shown. So I've already started cutting out the seam allowance on the pocket side. So I'll just cut following the chalk line as you can see. But let me first clean up the edges of this trouser. Then you are going to follow the 1-inch line we marked for seam allowance. So this is how I'm cutting it. Once I get to the pocket, I'm going to cut through the pocket like this and cut it out completely. So I'm going to keep this piece. That is what I'm going to use to form my rope. Next, we are going to open up the folded parts just to separate all of this waistline this way. So I'll just cut it out. If you also notice, you can see I placed a notch. I already placed a notch on that 2 inches line. In the 2 inches line of our elastic casing, I placed notches on them just to identify it. The next we are going to do is to sew the crouch line. So you can see me picking 2 pieces of this fabric, 2 together. I'm going to stitch half an inch on the crouch line as shown. I am going to sew from the beginning all the way into the crouch, 2 pieces separately. That will be the front and the back. Right here, I'm done sewing the crouch part together, front and back, as you can see right here. So I'm going to place them right side to each other this way, right side to right side. I'm going to take my time to secure with my pins. So I'll just go ahead and hold it down with my pins around the pocket side and the sides. So make sure you arrange it very, very well, especially when you are working with a very light fabric like this. So after pinning, we are going to take 4 inches from the waistline. On that 4 inches line, you mark 1 inch for your seam allowance. So I will come down 1 inch into the pocket. I will go in with half an inch. And I'm going to sew all the way from the pocket, and I'm also going to come out again by 1 inch. Then I'll mark 1 inch all the way down. I'll go over to the machine right now to stitch down. After stitching the size of the pocket, you can see what I got on both sides. So next you are going to put the crouch line together and we'll stitch half an inch. I'm done sewing the crouch line as you can see here. So the next we are going to do is to put a cut, just a diagonal cut, into the pocket at the downside, at the upside like this. So you can see it's the upside corner I'm putting the cut. So this is to allow us hem that edge. I'm going to show you how to hem the edge right now. So you just go ahead and open up this way. We'll go over to the machine and I'm going to fold half an inch inwards, another half an inch this way, then stitch around it. After stitching, this is what I got. You can see how I stitched this way and that way. So that is how you are expected to have that part. You can see the pocket right there. You can see the pocket looking so beautiful and nice. Now we are going to highlight that 2 inches we marked at the beginning of the drafting. So highlight that 2 inches. It has to run all the way down. So we'll be able to follow it to hem the upper part of this trouser. So I will fold in 3/4 of an inch. And then I'm going to place the rest this way, okay? Now I'm going to stitch all the way to the end of it. I'll do the same for the other side as well. So here is what I got after I'm done finishing the trouser waistline. So we are going to prepare our rope case. So this is that piece I asked you to keep, okay? We'll use it for the rope. So I'm going to place my rope on fold at 2 inches. Now I will just separate it this way. Just make sure the measurement, the width is 2 inches. Then you cut the rope into separate pieces like this. After cutting out the 2 inches width, you will have as many as possible. I have 8 pieces, as you can see right here. So I'm going to join 4 for one rope, 4 for one rope. Then I'll fold in half an inch and create my rope. So this is me creating the rope. So I'll just fold it in this way. Once I get to the end of my rope, I'll fold half an inch like this and stitch right on top of it this way. I'm done stitching and I'm going to pass the rope this way. So one rope will go into one this way. I'll pass it till I get to the end of it as shown. After that, I'm going to pick up the other rope too, and I'm going to pass it through the other casing with my safety pin this way. I'm going to do that till I get to the end of it. So that is it, and that is how to go about this trouser. So to secure the rope, you can pick up one end of the rope this way and knot it at one end. Then the other side too, you pick it up and knot it at the other end. So if you feel the rope is too long, you can just use 3 pieces that we cut and join. So when you wear it, you adjust it the way you see me do at the beginning of the video. Next, I will go over to the machine to hem the down part of this trouser. I believe you learned a lot from this tutorial. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.